Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome back, Raising Howl. I'm your host, Jeremy Harper. You're my guest, the loyal fan base of Arkansas State. It's coming up. The whole sporting season. It's almost here. You can feel it. You know how I know? It's because next week is Sunbelt Media Days. I'm traveling down to New Orleans, taking the Wolf Wagon from Little Rock to New Orleans, taking those sort of obscure, lonely highways. I like the drive, to tell you the truth. Get to see some parts of the world that you don't normally get to see. You got to be careful speeding. They will get you. I have been pulled over. It's no fun. You got to be careful. Shouldn't be speeding anyway, right? Anyway, Sunbelt Media Days is coming. If you subscribe, if you listen to Funbelt Podcast, we've been talking about for a couple weeks. We're going to interview all the players, including Butch Jones and Jalen Rayner. Yeah, we're going to sit down and talk to them, talk about the up-and-coming season. We're going to talk about Louisiana Tech. Yeah, Louisiana Tech is now part of the Sun Belt, and I'm fine with that. There's a lot of people who are up in arms. Complete batshit. Can't stand it. Arkansas State old-timers cannot stand Louisiana Tech. They talk about the fights that were started on the field, some of the dirty play. You know, it's not without warrant that the Sun Belt should be a little leery of these guys. 2001, when the Sun Belt formed. Well, the Sun Belt was formed before 2001. Don't get me wrong. It was a football and baseball conference, though. In 2001, they said, we're going to have football. And they invited a bunch of guys to get involved. Arkansas State, North Texas, Idaho, New Mexico State I want to say New Mexico State was an OG, but they asked Louisiana Tech, hey, you know, you're with us with basketball. Why don't you join us for the For the fun here at football, we're trying to make something here. You'd be a great member. They were like, no. Nope. We're too good. That was the thinking. They went to the whack. We want more stability. And then they ended up going to CUSA. You know, they got beguiled by whatever PowerPoint CUSA had put out. And the rest is history. Remember running into Louisiana Tech in the New Orleans Bowl? When was that? 2015? Something like that. Skip Holtz, Louisiana Tech's head coach at the time. They outclassed us. I'll admit it. I'm not talking about, in terms of integrity and character. I don't know. But they were certainly a bigger team. If you watch that game, you kind of probably looked at that and went, man, Arkansas State, they look slow. They look small. Yeah, and that was kind of the problem. And why we're here today, trying to get it all back together. I don't mind Louisiana Tech and the Bulldogs coming in. I don't. There's a lot of hatred there, and hatred can be good for our conference. Hatred fills seats. That's all what it's all about. Hatred snaps the television on. I think my good friend Shane Metlin made it clear. He said, this isn't about, media footprints. It's about whether or not people will tune in to ESPN Plus and watch a game. And there are plenty of people in the Sun Belt who do not like Louisiana Tech and will watch just to see their team play the hated Bulldogs. Good. I welcome that. We're talking a little bit about rivalry. That's my theme right now. We're talking about rivalry, right? It's SEC Media Days, I guess. I don't really pay attention. It's not my conference. It's not my thing. But I got a Google alert. I have Google alerts for anything said about Arkansas State Red Bulls. And Sam Pitmann, coach for the University of Arkansas Razorbacks, he had some things to say. He said, when asked if he'd like to have a home and home game with Arkansas State, his reply was, no. I want to play them in Fayetteville. That's what I want to do. You ask me what I want. If we're going to play Arkansas State, I want to play them at home. Well, okay, sure. That's what I'd want. I'd want Arkansas State to play Arkansas at home. This year, they're coming to War Memorial. Pitmann doesn't like that, though. Right now, we're in our last year at Little Rock. It would have to be either there or here. I'm not real interested in going over there and playing, said Pitmann. I guess he meant going over to Jonesboro, but I don't know. He might be meaning going over to Little Rock, too. Yeah, okay. If that's the case, this should probably be the first and last time we play Arkansas, right? Listen, I'm fine with the University of Arkansas asking the baseball team to come up to Fayetteville. I'm actually fine with that. Our facilities are not good right now. Good news, some more funding being pumped into A-State baseball. Maybe one day our facilities will be worth a bigger team coming over and playing. I'm embarrassed to have to admit that, but I'm going to admit it. But to say the University of Arkansas shouldn't be going to Jonesboro? Well, it's okay for Iowa State. It was okay for Missouri. It was okay for Louisville. It was okay for Ole Miss. Now, Arkansas, who is picked, by the way, to finish 14th this season by SEC writers, they're too good to make the trip to Jonesboro. According to Sam Pitmann, I guess. Sam Pitmann, it didn't look like he had a whole lot of reasoning. He just doesn't want to go. I get that. The coach is like, I don't want to go. Why would I want to go? I get that. I think Butch Jones would say, hey, I'll meet you anywhere, anytime. Let's go. But we are selling ourselves short when we say, oh, okay, we'll just go to Fayetteville. We'll make it easy for you guys. We'll give you every possible advantage. How's about that? We'll give you how about we just leave half the team at home? Is that okay, Hogs? Is that what you like? Would you like us just maybe play with one hand tied behind our back? Would you like us to spot you a score? What other advantage would you like? Hogs, you have the money. You have the media on your side. What other advantage would you like, University of Arkansas? What can Arkansas State give to you that would ensure your victory? I mean, home field advantage would be pretty good. I mean, it's not like, I mean, if it's true. You've never lost to a group of 5 program at home, have you? Oh, wait. Never mind. Let's not talk about that. I don't think Pitmann was trying to be a dick. I really don't. I think Pittman's an okay guy. I don't know him. Never had a beer with him. Never will. Seems like an okay guy. Seemed a little frothy, though, for a guy whose team is really bad. Let's face it, Arkansas is not a good football team. You know what? I would probably take on more of the attitude of Dave Van Horn. He just likes to compete. Yeah, I like to play UCA. I like to play University of Arkansas at Little Rock. I would like to play UAPB. I like to play Arkansas State. I think that would be great. Nope, Pittman's like, they gotta come here. They gotta play us here where it's comfy. All right, fine. I guess this is going to be the only time we play this game. So I want to close with you on it with something else that bubbled up. Just a tweet. I guess you call that an X now, but I'm going to call it a tweet. Something a good friend. He's not a good friend. I know Jim Harris. I've met him. In fact, he came up to Jonesboro once with me, and we watched a football game together. It was nice. That was, I don't know, when was that? Jim Harris and I went to that game. That was, I don't know, 2014 maybe 2013. I really can't remember when that was. It was a while back. I can't even remember what game it was. He had come in, he made some remarks. He was like, he was pretty gracious. He was all right. He thought the baseball stadium for A-State was surprisingly small, and it was. It is. It is surprisingly small. Well, today he's put out a tweet. And Jim Harris, part of Jim Harris's job is to be provocative, right? He's trying to get people to come to his website or whatever, his publication. I get that. But here's what he said. He said, quote, after all these years of talk about playing the game, It's going to be embarrassing to the state of Arkansas, and in parentheses, and the A-State fans who've clamored for it for half a century if this Arkansas ASU game September 6th isn't a sellout. Oh, it's our fault. Awesome, Jim Harris. Let me ask you something, Jim Harris. Why is it up to us to fill up the stadium? Why wouldn't that be embarrassing for Arkansas fans? Why is that especially embarrassing for us? I would like to know what that means. Oh, it'd be very embarrassing for you if Arkansas can't fill a stadium. I believe this is a home game for you guys. Isn't that what you guys keep saying? Isn't it how it's billed? I know it's a neutral site. Don't you claim the whole state of Arkansas? And you can't fill up a stadium for an opponent? That's supposed to be our fault? Jim Harris? That's not our fault. Jim Harris. You know what? I would recommend that the University of Arkansas bust their asses to sell some tickets. How's about that? Work it on their end. Get some interest in it. That would be my advice. Hey, why don't you get some media around it? That would be great. Yeah. I think that would help. Maybe if you got the newspapers and the statewide media to really hype the game, that would be outstanding. Maybe talk to Butch Jones, talk about A-State, not just about the University of Arkansas. Maybe try to pitch the other team too. It's going to be embarrassing, especially for A-State fans who have clamored for it for half a century, if this Arkansas ASU game isn't a sellout. Jim, I love you, man. I think you're great. I really do. I like your work. But you're way off base here. It's not up to us to sell the tickets. And we're going to be there. But let me tell you what. The people I hear who have less interest in their team has been Arkansas fans. It's not A-State fans. It's Arkansas fans. Arkansas fans want the new coach. Arkansas fans are dealing with another season of I don't know, being at the bottom of the SEC. Arkansas fans are more interested in what John Calipari is doing and what the baseball team is doing. These are Arkansas fans. Why don't you get them wound up? Instead of going after Arkansas State. Hell, this is a stadium that can't even provide bottled water to its fans. And you're like, well, man, A-State better fill up that stadium. I've been looking at some of the comments too. Arkansas fans on the comment section, they're kind of pretending they don't care about the game. Well, hey, that's not our fault. If Arkansas fans don't care about the game, that's on you. That's not on us. We'll do our part. Just take care of your own, Jim Harris. I'll see you in Little Rock.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.